You can check out the program live on YouTube. You know what else is nice about YouTube and Anchor, iTunes, Spotify, After the Fact, El Podcast. You can check out the program after the fact if you'd like. Like some interesting guests this week. Andy Christian from the Port joined us on Wednesday. You might be interested in that, especially you folks down in DeParish, really Metro New Orleans. On Tuesday earlier this week, Madison Bergeron joined us, one of the carjack victims. So you never know who's going to join us on the program. In a few minutes, we'll go live to the Louisiana Superdome, the Caesars Superdome. Fridays with Fletch. Fletcher Mackel's going to join us. It's a big jamboree. John Curtis is taking on Holy Cross at the Dome. All right, it's a little Saints preseason action. You got to love the fact that it's 3 preseason games and 17 an extra regular season game. What a great trade-off. You know, it's like a 20-game thing with the NFL and the Players Union. It was 16 regular season and 4 preseason. You remember back in the day, it was kind of 20 games too. It was 14 regular season. There were like 6 preseason games, like in a month and a half of preseason. That had to just be miserable. Now it's down to 3 preseason games. Ideal scenario, the old USFL. Those guys had 18 games going. 18-game regular season. I'm not saying you follow the USFL, but that was a pretty good. I followed that league back then in the day, had the New Orleans Breakers in 84, went to some of those games. Anyway, it'll be ideal when it's 2 preseason games, 18 regular season games, and you fill the gap like the Saints did with the, these intra-team scrimmage things before you play them in a preseason game, like with the Texans. You just hook up with a team, at least one, if not 2, but at least one in the preseason. You knock out 2 preseason games, and then you have 18 regular seasons. Anyway, 3rd and final preseason game. Got to like that. Maybe Sean Payton's future team. It's going to be a team that has a quarterback that is elite. Top 6, 8 in the league, just like Drew Brees. He will not go to a team with a middle-of-the-road quarterback, and he will not go to a team just to go to a team like the olden days. Hey, I'm going to rebuild this team, or they have a history, or blah. He's going to go to a team that's got a quarterback that you can win with right away, or he's not coming back. The Chargers have that. We're going to find out who's starting tonight, Jameis Winston, etc. Fridays with Fletch, about 10 minutes away. Go live to the Dome. Fletcher Mackel, real reporters, real reports. I'm an adult. You can give me the straight poop. I don't need the us and we and all that. That's my team, the Saints. Like LSU, I like real reporting. Fridays with Fletch coming up in a few minutes. Hey, in 1 hour, Michael Hecht will join us to start the 5 o'clock Power Hour. Michael Hecht from Greater New Orleans, Inc. Got a lot to talk about, like Viking Cruises and wind energy in the Gulf, the airport, Avondale, this river district, this new 40-acre neighborhood, kind of a lifestyle type deal, lifestyle center. Baton Rouge residents might know Perkins Row, for instance. That's a lifestyle center, live, work, play, shop, all that in one spot. You almost don't need a car. You can walk and bike, that sort of thing. That's, I guess, I don't know, what do you want to call 100 million plus? In Atlanta, there's something that's probably $1 billion plus of investment, literally. And that's Atlantic Station, which was like an old rock quarry, rail yard. Right in the middle of Atlanta, Midtown Atlanta. And that's just a bigger version of a lifestyle center type thing. There was talk about that at the Plaza post-Katrina. Never came to fruition. Maybe this new, keep your fingers crossed, hope the mayor didn't talk her way out of it. This Target that goes in that old Lowe's, maybe that can anchor that lifestyle center at the Plaza site in New Orleans East. Anyway, we'll talk about this river district, which is going to be incredible and may include, I don't know if it's minor league baseball, but they're talking about a minor league soccer stadium, part of this hundreds of millions of dollars, maybe north of $1 billion investment, this river district. That's Michael Hecht from Greater New Orleans, Inc. in an hour. Hey, speaking of river, if your air conditioning's not working right, we're in August, and September's a hot month. You're going to need air conditioning working perfectly fine until at least mid-October. And who wants it stopping then? You want your AC working for years without problems. River City's Total Maintenance will take care of your air conditioning. You want to watch tonight's Saints game in comfort and your air conditioning's not working right? Call Fair and Honest Lucas and the boys. They'll get it done. They might get it done before kickoff at 7 o'clock. Honest air conditioning experts that come immediately. Honestly, what more do you need when it comes to AC and heat, folks? I don't want to learn about that stuff. It's like my mechanic. That's what's wrong, fix it. I want someone who's honest that I can trust unequivocally, never have to worry about getting ripped off. That's what you get with Fair and Honest Lucas and the boys. Lucas has been at this for decades, and honesty is what he's about. Air conditioning experts, they're not guessing what's wrong and replacing parts. Oh, that didn't fix it. They know what's wrong. They fix it right away. And they come immediately because they know you're inconvenienced. They know your air conditioning's not working. Honest AC experts that come immediately. Find them at NOLAAC.com. The number is 841-3300. 841-3300 or at NOLAAC.com. Every day we broadcast live from the Buddy Diliberto River City's Total Maintenance Studios on this Fantasy Friday edition of the program. It's official now. A recall petition has been filed. Secretary of State's office, I'm guessing, state of Louisiana, Baton Rouge, to remove LaToya the Destroyer Cantrell. It's a long shot, but it's like they're going to be New Orleanians clamoring to sign that. Where do I sign? How do I sign? And then you proactively have some folks going out to get people to sign it. Who knows? But the real thing is, I think, is don't make the mistake next time around. You kind of already know it's Oliver Thomas, J.P. Morrell, maybe, Helena Moreno. Keep an eye on those folks. Check those folks out there. Their stripes aren't going to change. They are what they are. Maybe some outsider comes out of nowhere and is legitimate. Boy, we could use some legitimate outsider, huh? That is a difference maker, a change agent, stays the course, honest, civic-minded, can just grind it out. Someone that, is a taskmaster, gets things done. New Orleans needs a total change in course. Corey Johnson with you, Fantasy Friday edition. We're going to the Superdome next.
Why wear the same old glasses that everyone else is wearing? Stand out from the crowd. Come to Art and Eyes. Art and Eyes is not your typical eyeglasses store. It's one of the finest eyewear shops in the country, right here in New Orleans, with precision-engineered prescription lenses and gorgeous high-quality frames from the heart of Europe, Japan, and the United States. Our products are thoughtfully curated, and our staff are here to help you find exactly the right frames. Art and Eyes on Magazine, as unique as you.
Greater New Orleans, a destination for learning. With 13 colleges and universities and a booming job market, Greater New Orleans is the ultimate destination for your higher education. Your path to the future begins in Greater New Orleans. Find out more at studynola.com.
This is what Drew Brees thinks about Super Discount Store in Chalmette. Actually, Brees doesn't think at all about Super Discount Store, but they do have the lowest prices allowed by Louisiana law for beer, alcohol, and wine. Super Discount Store in Chalmette. Super Discount Store!
Young's Dry Cleaning, with 2 walk-up locations with personal service. Young's on Claiborne and Young's on Harrison Avenue in Lakeview. Young's Dry Cleaning. Call 288-8381 or online at youngsdrycleaning.com.
Scott Craig of Katie's Restaurant.
All of my ingredients are fresh. Nothing comes out of a can here. Nothing. All of our seafood is Louisiana. All of our vegetables are Louisiana vegetables. It's a neighborhood restaurant.
Katie's in Mid-City.
River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. NOLAAC.com, your cool spot. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. NOLAAC.com, your cool spot.
Rouse's Market is hiring. With 65 stores, full or part-time employment, and flexible scheduling, Rouse's has a job for you, or maybe even a career. Apply at any Rouse's store or online at rouses.com.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Intralocks, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Intralocks technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralocks is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit latrim.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
When you think of Fury's restaurant in Metairie, you think about fresh local fish like flounder, snapper, and speckled trout, fried, broiled, or grilled. Fury's restaurant in Metairie.
The Lamarck Automotive Collision Center, it's open now. We fix cars and trucks. We do all makes and models. And it doesn't have to be a Ford or a Lincoln. It could be whatever you're driving. 32,000 square feet under roof, now open at 3101 Williams Boulevard. It's all about you, the customer, getting the most for your dollar. I would say the most perfect collision center anyway. The Lamarck Automotive Collision Center, 3101 Williams Boulevard. Go check it out.
The Woodhouse Day Spa, the premier day spa experience, now with 4 area locations. Canal at Carrollton, on the North Shore and Slidell, in Baton Rouge by the Mall of Louisiana, and now in Metairie, West Esplanade at Transcontinental. The Woodhouse Day Spa.
For home surveillance, it's Tommy's Lock and Alarms. With high-definition night vision surveillance systems, letting you see what's going on. Home surveillance that's smart, safe, secure. Tommy's Lock and Alarms. Google them.
Trey Yen in Mandeville, a New Orleans tradition for over 40 years, serving the finest Louisiana-inspired Chinese cuisine. Open Tuesday through Sunday. Trey Yen.
Yeah, you right. A Fantasy Friday edition of the program. Corey Johnson with you. How about some Furies tonight for dinner? Open till 9 p.m. Start with the onion rings, get gumbo or turtle soup, a cup of that, and then maybe trout or flounder or snapper. Fresh local seafood. They're open till 9 p.m. tonight. Fury's Restaurant in Metairie. Let's go to the Louisiana Superdome, the Caesars Superdome. Fletcher Mackel from WDSU Channel 6 Sports for 2 decades. He joins us live at the Dome. What up, Fletch?
Not a lot, Corey. You picked a good time because it is quiet right now in the Dome. So I apologize if they start blaring the music. There's not with the construction going on here, there's not a whole lot of areas I can go run and hide. So I am on the field right now as we talk.
Nice. I love that. Hey, I don't like, you didn't have that talk with management over at Channel 6 that we discussed, did you?
I refreshed my memory.
Hey, it's Fletch, boss. I know this is my full-time job, but when Corey, the man, you remember I told you, emphasize, say the man, Corey, the man, calls and wants me on his show, I don't do live drops for Channel 6 anymore. I'm on with Corey exclusively, and y'all just have to deal with that.
You're right. I did not have that discussion with them.
Damn.
Correct.
All right. Maybe next week?
Maybe.
And remember the man part, Fletch. It's important. Corey, the man. You got to say it like that. All right?
This boy, sure.
All right. Hey, I was saying going into the show earlier, 3 preseason games is so nice, isn't it, Fletch, instead of 4? And ideally get it down to 2, but 3 is nicer than 4.
Yeah, I would agree with you 110%. I was somebody who just thought 4 preseason games was just such a money grab. And, the players didn't like it. The fans didn't like it. And there just didn't seem to be a lot of logic for it. I would agree with you. I think go to 18 games in the regular season in 2 preseason games. And, I mean, look at it. You're seeing Aaron Rodgers doesn't even play at all in the preseason. Brady's going to play a little bit tonight. The Saints starters, I'm told, are going to play a little bit tonight, but like a series. So, again, you don't need any more than 2 preseason games. They can figure it out with the practices, what's going on, and how they're going to do things.
Oh, we got a little practice of the national anthem, Star Spangled Banner. Hey, fill us in on that again. Jameis Winston, the starters. What's the deal?
Yeah, I am told that you're going to see them for 7 to 10 plays, like a series.
Yeah.
So, which is smart. I think that's good. If they're healthy, you're going to see them. So, last time I checked, I covered all the practices this week. Cam was healthy. DeMario was healthy. Tyron was healthy. Jameis was healthy. Kamara was healthy. So I think you're going to see all of those guys for about a series or 2 tonight.
Yeah. If it's a long, sustained drive, that could be it. If there's a field goal or touchdown, that could be it. If it's a 1-2-3 punt, they might come back another series. So the half of maybe the first quarter, it's going to look like what you'll see at Atlanta in a few weeks, basically?
Yeah, I would say the first series, how about? I don't even know if it's going to be the first quarter. You remember, look, against the Texans, Andy Dalton came out, played 10 plays, went 5 for 5. They went right down and scored a touchdown.
Yep.
And then he and some of the other starters said, that's it for the night. So I think you're going to – I don't know if you're going to see him a full quarter. I think you're going to see him, for the defense, I think the defense probably hopes they go 3-and-out, and they play 6 plays and say that's it. And then the offense hopefully goes right down the field. But again, I'm sure you could say a quarter, a series, whatever you think. You'll see them start the game. Yes. Who you see tonight, now again, look, James Hurst is injured at left tackle. Is he going to be the starter? Because I don't think he's playing tonight, or is it going to be Penning? But I would say 99% of what you see tonight is probably going to be what you see in Atlanta. And that also doesn't count. Could the Saints make a trade over the next 16 days? Like, look, they could use depth at running back, linebacker. I wouldn't rule out them making a move once guys get cut or once teams start looking to wheel and deal a little bit.
I think Hurst is more complete right now, but Penning right now, I think you could argue is a better run blocker than Hurst right now. And I think once he gets technique and understanding down, and he's going to get mauled a little bit in the beginning, once he gets his pass blocking down, he's going to be, I think there's a much higher upside. So I think Hurst injured or not, Penning just by his run blocking skill alone, I think, is your starter at left tackle, but we'll see. You know what I thought originally? You move Ramczyk to left and Penning at right. This should be a right tackle argument. But anyway, hey, real quick, Fletch, it's kind of already a flip-flop of the Peyton to Allen era. Peyton was an offensive-minded coach. Allen's a defensive-minded coach. The defense is expected to be very good this year, like you usually expect the Drew Brees, Sean Payton offense to be year in, year out. And this year, will the offense be good enough? And it's kind of funny because it used to be the opposite. The offense will be great, and will the defense be good enough for this team to go somewhere?
Yeah, I would agree with you. It's kind of an interesting dynamic. We've seen a massive shift here. And it's crazy to think the evolution of this franchise has gone from this dynamic generational offense to now a team that's got a defensive head coach and may have a top 10 defense in the league. And you're right. I mean, look, the Saints won the Super Bowl with the lowest ranked defense in NFL history. The reason why the Saints didn't go to the playoffs more with Drew Brees is in 12, they had statistically the worst defense in the history of the NFL. In 2015, they had statistically the worst passing defense in NFL history. So you're right. I think the defense is going to be rock solid for this team, potentially top 7 in the league. And can the offense just be okay? They don't have to be great. If you've got the 7th best defense and the 14th best offense, you're probably going to win 10, 11, 12 games and give yourself a chance once the postseason starts.
Fletcher Mackel's with us, another edition of Fridays with Fletch. He's joining us literally live from the field at the Superdome. All right. At least tonight, Penning's a new starter. Are there any other new starters on this team compared to last year's team? Who else are we talking about? Safety. Where else are we looking at new starters on this Saints team?
Yeah, and again, I don't know if Penning's starting. I wanted to follow up with you on that. I think James Hurst is going to start if he's healthy week 1, just because even though his potential isn't what Penning's is, and he may not be the run blocker that Penning is, I think in pass protection, Penning has really, really, really struggled.
He's a liability.
And you've got to the point where he may be a liability on Jameis's blind side with a quarterback coming off a major knee injury.
Yep.
So I think it's going to be James Hurst week 1, just because you know what you get from him. And at some point this year, I think you'll see Penning. But look, you got 2 new safeties in Tyrann Mathieu and Marcus May. A linebacker right now is interesting. They were playing a guy, Nephi Sewell, this week with the Ones. An undrafted rookie, because we know about Demario Davis. They play more of a 4-2-5 defense, so 2 linebackers and 5 defensive backs. And with Pete Werner being injured, it's interesting to see who's going to be that other linebacker. And they've been playing some rookies out there, so that's kind of an interesting dynamic right now.
Any new starters on offense?
No.
A wide receiver, I guess Landry.
Sure. Yeah, Michael Thomas, and then you've got Jarvis Landry and Chris Olave. So sure, you've got starters there, and then at tight end it's going to be Troutman again. But Taysom's going to be playing more tight end. So, but not really on the offensive line. It's going to be McCoy and Ruiz and Pete and Ramczyk, and then if it's Hurst, then there really aren't any new starters.
Who are new players on the final 53 that will contribute, and you'll hear their name that weren't on the team last year? Anyone that just stands out after a couple of preseason games and camp in the books?
I think that Kirk Merritt is the local kid to watch tonight. I think they want to give him every opportunity to make the team. Ty Montgomery type of player, running back, wide receiver. I think keep an eye on him. I think he's got a chance to make this team, Kirk Merritt. So I think if he has a big game tonight, he really may make it.
Cut down to 53 is what, Tuesday, Fletch?
Yep. Tuesday by 3 p.m. Central Time. So we'll know a lot more about this team. But those are the guys, the young guys, I would say keep an eye on is Nephi Sewell, the linebacker, and Kirk Merritt, the running back / wide receiver. Those are the 2 guys that I would pay attention to. There's a lineman, Lewis Kidd. He's number 66. I just don't know if he's going to make it, but he's a guy who's worth probably monitoring as an offensive lineman. But I would say those 2, Sewell, number 45, and Merritt, number 85 tonight.
We could be getting a look-see at Sean Payton's team for next season.
I just said that during a live shot. If the Chargers go south, I think this is the team he's going to coach next year. Absolutely. Justin Herbert, who won't play tonight, their star quarterback. This is a team with a lot of talent. They want to be relevant in Los Angeles after moving from San Diego, and they're not. If their coach, last year they started off strong and finished weak, and there was a lot of pressure last year. Should they fire him? If he doesn't get it done with this team this year in a pretty rough AFC, I think this is the leader in the clubhouse is Sean Payton's team next year.
GQ just emailed us at Corey@CoreyTalks.com. Ask Fletch about his suit. I just saw a picture of him on Instagram.
It's a little bit out there, I have to admit. It's I can't wear it that often. It's a little showy and over the top.
What is it? Got some red in it? What's the deal?
No, it's just tan with blue, but it's a lot. It's a little bit extra, so to say. It's a lot.
Does it require batteries to operate?
No, but again, just if you're on social media, take a glance. It's a little much.
Fletch, always a pleasure, man.
All right, Corey. Thank you.
Yeah, you're right. That's Fletcher Mackel in some wild suit, live from the Superdome floor from the field. Saints and Chargers going at it in a few hours. Fantasy Friday edition of the program. Yeah, you're right. Coming right back. Don't move, New Orleans.
Find decadent dining deals as part of Culinary New Orleans, August 1st through 31st. Treat yourself to prix-fixe meals, $25 or less for lunch and $45 or less for dinner and brunch. Visit culinaryneworleans.com and make your reservation today.
Custom window treatments can enhance the look and value of your home. At Helm Paint and Decorating, we're proud to offer custom plantation-style window shutters by Scandia. Perfect for any window, including large frames, French doors, sliding doors, and arches. American-made SL300 shutters are available in many colors to match your personal decor. We'll come out to measure, and you'll receive fast delivery. Plus, they're virtually maintenance-free.
Helm Paint and Benjamin Moore. Let us steer you in the right direction.
Helm Paint and Supply.
Ladies and gentlemen, in this Lamarck Automotive Complex is something called Quick Lane. Tires, wheel alignments, struts, servicing your transmission. We're doing all makes and models. It doesn't have to have been purchased from us. It's for you. It handles your lifestyle with your budget in mind. And we want to get you in and out as quick as possible. Quick Lane, you got to come see it. You're going to love the experience. Right there at Williams Boulevard in Kenner.
Why wear the same old glasses that everyone else is wearing? Stand out from the crowd. Come to Art and Eyes. Art and Eyes is not your typical eyeglasses store. It's one of the finest eyewear shops in the country, right here in New Orleans, with precision-engineered prescription lenses and gorgeous high-quality frames from the heart of Europe, Japan, and the United States. Our products are thoughtfully curated, and our staff are here to help you find exactly the right frames. Art and Eyes are magazine, as unique as you.
Enjoy outdoor dining on the streetcar line, under the oak trees, Lebanon's Cafe, the finest in Middle Eastern cuisine, Carrollton at Jeanette, Lebanon's Cafe.
Kanye West was seen shopping at Super Discount Store in Chalmette.
I am Shakespeare in the flesh. Walt Disney, Nike, Google.
Okay, I think Kanye was talking about something else entirely. Super Discount Store on Paris Road in Chalmette.
Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com. Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Interlocks, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Interlocks technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Interlocks is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit Latrim.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
Come to Fausto's Italian Bistro. Age-old Italian recipes like the calamari fritti or spaghetti and meatballs. Lunch Monday to Friday, dinner Monday to Saturday. 530 Vets, a block before Dorignax. Fausto's Italian Bistro.
River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. NOLAAC.com, your cool spot. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. NOLAAC.com, your cool spot.
Did you know Rouse's sells only Angus beef? Angus beef's natural marbling means more succulence and flavor. Whether you choose Rouse's USDA Prime, Choice, or Select, it'll be only Angus beef when you get it at Rouse's. Tastes like home.
For home surveillance, it's Tommy's Lock and Alarms. With high-definition night vision surveillance systems, letting you see what's going on. Home surveillance that's smart, safe, secure. Tommy's Lock and Alarms. Google them.
Yeah, you right. Crescent City and Beyond Fantasy Friday edition of the program. Fired up for the weekend, huh? A week from Sunday. I should say this. What is it? Tulane's a week from Thursday, a week from Saturday, and LSU's a week from Sunday, starting their regular seasons. How nice is that? I think Tulane's on Saturday. It's Thursday? Saturday, the 3rd. Yeah, that's what I thought. And is it UConn or UMass? UMass? At Yeoman, Uptown. which is, now I know Yeoman's not 50,000 seats or 70,000 seats or 100,000 seats. It's about 25,000 seats with some, outer areas. You might jam 30,000 in their tops. I've been in Yeoman when it probably had like 15,000. And it's a college atmosphere, especially when it's sun shining and it's nice outside or nighttime's nice. It is a college atmosphere. It feels like college football, not a high school game. I'm not saying some Tulane games don't have a sparse crowd and it feels like a high school game. They do. But when there's 15, 18, 20,000 at Yeoman, and you keep going up from there, it's a real college outdoor atmosphere, something New Orleans has missed for decades and is back, and something that should be embraced. Major metropolitan areas that have their you-know-what together have lots of choices for many, many different things to do. We're naturally blessed that our history and culture's there, and we just kind of extended what's already been there. And we got a few things that we've kind of cultivated ourselves. No, you got to embrace these things. That's what major cities do. It's nice that Tulane's not in the dome anymore, the cavernous Superdome there. And it's nice that they're 3 miles down the road from the dome at their own on-campus stadium. Just like Georgia Tech, there's the Mercedes-Benz Superdome, and about a mile and a half from the Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta, about a mile and a half away is Bobby Dodd or whatever it is, the Georgia Tech football stadium, right on the interstate, mile and a half away. No, that's what big cities with wherewithal, that viability have. So that's nice. It should embrace that. Even taking on a nobody. And, Willie Fritz, hopefully this gets it going in the right direction again. Yeah, LSU in the Superdome. I think a lot of tickets still available from what I hear. A lot of tickets still available for the Florida State LSU game on a Sunday night. That void of a week before the NFL season, smartly filled by this LSU FSU game a week from this Sunday night, Labor Day weekend. No, hopefully, 10, 15, 20,000 more tickets sell, literally that many over the next week or so that the Dome doesn't have 55,000 for LSU Florida State. That just seems inconceivable. I figured you'd have at least 70,000 or so at the Dome, basically a sellout for LSU Florida State, basically a sellout. Fantasy Friday edition of the program. Yeah, you right. Fletcher Mackel just joined us. Hey, coming up in 30 minutes, a little less than 30 minutes, Michael Hecht will join us for the first half of the 5 o'clock Power Hour on a Fantasy Friday. Michael Hecht from Greater New Orleans, Inc., and we got a lot to talk about. From Viking Cruises to the future of the airport in Avondale to wind energy in the Gulf to this river district neighborhood, 39, almost 40 acres on the riverfront, right by the convention center, by the Crescent City connection, getting redeveloped into a sort of lifestyle center, live, work, play, shop, eat, the whole 9 yards. A new neighborhood coming online. Michael Hecht from Greater New Orleans, Inc. will join us to talk about that in less than 30 minutes. Hey, every day this program on radio, on television, on YouTube. Oh So Fine, 93.9 FM right now on the radio. Oh So Fine, 93.9 FM, 93.9. We're on New Orleans' own 107.9 FM, 107.9 FM. 600 AM from Baton Rouge to Pensacola, Florida. We're on TV till 5:30 all over Louisiana. Wherever Cox Television or Spectrum TV is, we're there. Cox Channel 4, Yorview, Louisiana. Spectrum Channel 333. CoreyTalks.com live streaming. We're on YouTube right now. Go to our YouTube channel. Click to subscribe. It don't cost nothing. Spread the word. Check us out on YouTube. Every day, it's brought to you by the Lamarck Automotive Complex. Lamarck Ford, the big store for over 45 years, anchoring the Lamarck Automotive Complex in Kenner, which also includes the state's #1 Lincoln dealership, Lamarck Lincoln. No, Ronnie Lamarck from Araby Park, a $50 million plus investment on 15 acres. The car corner in Kenner, right on the corner, right on the price. Legendary. Now, Lamarck Crescent City Ford as well. 2 Ford dealerships in the parish. 2 Ford dealerships in Metro New Orleans. One by the lake, the big store, Lamarck Ford, part of the Lamarck Automotive Complex. And now Lamarck Crescent City Ford by the river in Elmwood, Harahan. Jefferson Highway corner Horde, like Ford, right before Hickory. Lamarck Crescent City Ford. Ronnie Lamarck from Araby Park, truly bridging the gap. Every day, this program on radio, television, live streaming at CoreyTalks.com. On YouTube, check us out on YouTube, brought to you by the Lamarck Automotive Complex. And now, Lamarck Crescent City Ford. Yeah, you're right. Hey, the Rouse's Markets phone lines are always open. 504-766-9480. 504-766-9480. The big news on a Friday, maybe there'll be some folks down at Champion Square getting you to sign. An official recall petition has been filed with the Louisiana Secretary of State's office to recall LaToya the Destroyer Cantrell. If there are enough votes signed, it would be 20% of registered voters in Orleans Parish, 20%. There would be an election that the Destroyer could win or someone else could win to finish out the term. I think it's a super long shot, but who's against it or who's against signing it? Go for it. All for it. But the real thing I think we need to do, don't keep repeating the same mistake that we do year in, year out, decade in, decade out for a long time. And folks that think they're right and they're doing the right thing, they got to reset and start from zero as well. You folks that think exclusively Democrat, you folks that think exclusively Republican, you folks that are fixated with race, black, white, fixated with it, can't get away from race, just letting that excuse bog down your life. Easy for you to say, white boy. It is. It's real easy for me to say. I'm born and raised in New Orleans. I see it and watch it happen in front of me all the time. Do I think the skids are greased for me? Yeah. I'm a heterosexual male white person, but I had nothing to do with it. Nothing to do with that. Beyond my control. Corey Johnson with you on a Fantasy Friday edition of the program. Rouse's Markets phone lines 504-766-9480. No, think about the future and don't make the same mistake again. 766-9480. It's Oliver Thomas. It's Helena Moreno. It's JP Morrell. Those would be the 3 folks that are thinking about running for mayor, right? In 3 years. Maybe there's a Sidney Torres, but I think his time kind of has come and gone. Probably has already looked at it. He's like, I don't want to deal with that. I don't want to be mayor. That's my guess. Is there some Ray Nagin type, unlike Nagin, that find out after the fact that really was more of just sort of a figurehead at Cox, wasn't really some decision maker. There were a lot of people around him that made a lot of decisions. Nagin there, Nagin not there. No difference in how Cox operated. We found that out the hard way when he was mayor. No, and Nagin's not stupid. Nagin's just not all that smart. It's like Mayor LaToya Cantrell. She's not stupid. People think Mayor LaToya Cantrell's stupid or dumb. She's not. She's got a college degree from Xavier. She's not stupid. She's just not all that smart. She's just nothing special. That's all. She's just painfully average when we need someone really special as mayor to get us out of this hole. Need someone special that's like once a lifetime, a Drew Brees, once a generation type person, highly intellectual, understands people, can bring people from all different races, creeds, religion, political background together, gets things done, more interested in that than personal accolades, someone that doesn't have an ego, isn't narcissistic, someone that's more humble and just grinds and works and gets the job done. No, a real mayor, a change agent, someone that can make New Orleans what we all hope it can be. For 30, 40, 50 years of my adult life, Atlanta and Nashville, these cities that have nothing on us, that just kick our butt, it's hard to deal with that. And when you've got like a LaToya Cantrell, not dumb, just painfully average, nothing special, and impossible to be any kind of a change agent for good. No, we've got absolutely no shot. Corey Johnson with you on a Friday. Don't move.
Young's Dry Cleaning has free pickup and delivery. That's right. Young's Dry Cleaning has absolutely free pickup and delivery. Home or office, East Bank or West Bank. Call Young's at 288-8381 or online at youngsdrycleaning.com.
The city's premier day spa experience is at the Woodhouse Day Spa with 4 area locations: New Orleans, Slidell, Baton Rouge, and Metairie. A day of relaxation is just moments away at the Woodhouse Day Spa. NOLA.woodhousespas.com.
If you love Katie's Restaurant in Mid-City, you're going to love Bienvenue in Harahan. The same folks bringing a little of that New Orleans flavor to Hickory Avenue. If you love Katie's, come to Bienvenue on Hickory Avenue in Harahan.
For over 30 years, one of the premier security companies in New Orleans and South Louisiana has been Tommy's Lock and Alarms. And right now, Tommy's Lock and Alarms is hiring. Come and work for one of the best security companies in the region with great pay, great benefits, and a take-home vehicle. Tommy's Lock and Alarms is hiring, and they're looking for you. To apply for one of these coveted positions, go online to tommyslockанdalarms.com. Tommy's Lock and Alarms.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Intralox, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Intralox technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralox is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit Latrim.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
Rouse's Markets means convenience. Every one of our 65 locations opens at 7 a.m., some at 6:30, and they're open until 10 p.m., with some staying open till 11 or even midnight. Convenience. Rouse's Markets. Tastes like home.
Recently, Kim Kardashian was seen at Super Discount Store in Chalmette.
Let's party.
Can you think of any other celebrities that won't sue us? Super Discount Store in Chalmette. The lowest prices allowed by Louisiana law on wine, alcohol, and cold beer. 3235 Paris Road.
Which Metro New Orleans area restaurant made CNN's top 50 in America and ThrillList.com's top 25 and has served presidents at the White House for over 40 years? Trey Yen in Mandeville.
Have a painting project but can't decide on the perfect color? At Helm Paint and Decorating, we offer half-pint paint samples in any Benjamin Moore color for under $5, so you can test potential paint colors before investing in a full gallon.
Helm Paint and Benjamin Moore. Let us steer you in the right direction.
Ford F-150, #1 seller in America. What about in the USA? Let's see, what about in the world? Who sells more trucks than Ford? Nobody. It's because the Lamarck team is the real team. All that makes it happen is one goal. Everybody having a great experience at Lamarck Ford. We became #1 for a reason, because we're good. And we need to prove it every day, every deal, all of the time.
Greater New Orleans, a destination for learning. With 13 colleges and universities and a booming job market, Greater New Orleans is the ultimate destination for your higher education. Your path to the future begins in Greater New Orleans. Find out more at studynola.com.
River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. NOLAEast.com, your cool spot. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. NOLAAC.com, the cool spot.
Come to Fausto's Italian Bistro. Age-old Italian recipes like the calamari fritti or spaghetti and meatballs. Lunch Monday to Friday, dinner Monday to Saturday. 530 Vets, a block before Dorignax. Fausto's Italian Bistro.
Why aren't you at Katie's right now on a Friday, a few hours before a Saints game? They got the big screens, they got the bar, they got a table for you at Katie's in Mid-City, the quintessential New Orleans neighborhood restaurant. What a great place to wind down the day. Doesn't get more homey in New Orleans than that. Hey, and you folks out in Elmwood and Harahan, the Katie's of Harahan is Bienvenue, right in the curve on Hickory, bringing a little mid-city Katie's New Orleans flavor to Harahan and Hickory Avenue. Bienvenue. Yeah, you should be at Katie's right now in mid-city. Doesn't get much more New Orleans than that. Corey Johnson with you on a Fantasy Friday edition of our program. I don't know if it's a Saints game, football season cranking up, or Pelicans, a few months away and the excitement with the Pelicans. But apparently, Mayor LaToya, the Destroyer Cantrell, has channeled her inner Allen Iverson.
You're talking about France from which we come. Listen, we're talking about practice. You're talking about France that has an ambassador living in the city of New Orleans. You're talking about practice. You're talking about France. We're talking about practice. You're talking about France. We're talking about practice, man. You're talking about France. We're talking about practice. What are we talking about? Talking about France. Practice. France. Well, we're talking about practice right now. You're talking about France that has residents and artists in residence right here in the city of New Orleans, over 4 of them. We're talking about practice. You're talking about France. We're talking about practice. You're talking about France from which we come. What are we talking about? France. It's funny to me too. Yeah, it's strange to me too.
Oh, boy. We're talking about France. Oh, boy. No, we're talking about first class airline ticket. I know a lot of folks like, yeah, Corey, how many times are you going to say it? Well, it's $18,631. So it's pretty significant. I don't know how you can say that too much. It's that obnoxious. The mayor of New Orleans, for 3.5 days of travel to the French Riviera, a junket by definition. Just a total vacation for the mayor. No benefit for the city. Any reasonable, rational, objective, fair-minded person sees that as clear as a bell. Flew first class on 5 legs of that round trip and spent $18,631 on those plane tickets. $18,631, over $43,000 for the mayor and 3 flunkies. I'll tell you someone that would maybe cut off like a tip of their finger for $18,631 or $43,000. Jeff Dorson's with us from the Humane Society of Louisiana. He'd love a donation of $18,631 for the Humane Society. How you doing, Jeff?
Corey, you're right. We would. That's a lot of money for any charity, especially ours. And, we try to stretch it as far as we can. But that's a lot of money for any charity. So you're right. When you compare what we got out of it to what was spent, it's a good question mark.
Oh, wow. I mean, we do 10K in May. We try to raise $10,000 every May for you guys. This is nearly double that for the mayor just to dope around and have a vacation in France. And then when she brings 3 flunkies from her staff with her, it's over $43,000. That you guys could do so much money with that. It's insane. Solve a lot of problems in a lot of areas. Save literally thousands of animals.
Yeah, you're so right. And today we're trying to raise like $1,000 to help Holden, this wonderful 1-year-old pit bull who's now our dog spokesperson for our anti-cruelty campaign. He was beaten by his owner with a belt, we think, or a fist, or some blunt trauma, caused him to have 3 fractures in his back leg, a broken hip, and a ulcerated eye. So put that together, and you're looking at a couple $1,000s.
Where's the loser owner? In jail, I hope, in a cage.
He was given a citation.
That's it?
Yes, he was just given a citation, and so we're arguing to try and bump it up to a felony, which is what it should be, of course.
Where's this? Which parish is this, Jeff?
Orleans, right where we are.
All right. And what do you have to go to, like Jason Williams, the DA? Where do you go to?
Yep. I'm going to go to the Metropolitan Crime Commission and tell them that our local agency, which I won't name, didn't quite get the job done. They wrote a citation rather than have NOPD cuff them and take them and give them a felony. So we have to go through the whole process again. We're used to it because this is just how the city is.
I mean, the Louisiana SPCA does something. They have a great facility. It's not like they don't do anything, but you can't call them. You can't access them. They're not animal control for the city. The Louisiana SPCA, in a lot of ways, I mean, if it's not some social function at their facility, they're insanely difficult to get in touch with. That's why I was originally with you, Jeff, from day one. I went with them for a little while, and it wasn't anything against you. It's just that it kind of emerged that way. And then I remembered you again, coupled with sort of the the Louisiana SPCA's nonchalant attitude. And it was easy to stick with my original friend and a guy I've known for 25, 30 years. But yeah, I'm not going to name the Louisiana SPCA or call them out either. But and I know you didn't. But so you're going to try to get this loser that hurt this dog prosecuted, because as we all know, it's basic psychology, psychiatry. Human beings are next with this jerk.
Oh, absolutely. It's a given. This kind of violent temper is just going to cause havoc in our city. So we have Holden, and we've been giving him a lot of TLC. He's making a good recovery, but he's still got a ways to go. We have to raise money for his heartworm treatment and to remove his left eye.
Wow,
so
remove his left eye.
$1,500.
All right, guess who doesn't have a left eye? Lost it to cancer about 5 years ago. There he is. Huh, buddy? You can relate to Holden, huh? There's Blue Boy, no left eye either. He's saying donate right now, Humane Society of Louisiana, humanela.org. Help Holden. Jeff, always a pleasure, brother.
Thank you so much, Corey.
humanela.org. Go to the site right now, humanela.org. 5 o'clock powwow next.
Rouse's, New Orleans grocery store. Rouse's has the only full-service grocery stores both in the French Quarter on Royal Street and in the CBD on Baronne in the old Sewell Cadillac building. The Rouse's on the river, Tchoupitoulas at Napoleon, is in a century-old warehouse. And uptown on Ferret at the corner of Valence is Rouse's all-new boutique store. With 7 locations in Orleans Parish, Rouse's is New Orleans grocery store. Rouse's Markets. Taste like home. Scott Craig of Katie's Restaurant.
All of my ingredients are fresh. Nothing comes out of a can here. Nothing. All of our seafood is Louisiana. All of our vegetables are Louisiana vegetables. It's a neighborhood restaurant.
Katie's in Mid-City. Greater New Orleans, a destination for learning. With 13 colleges and universities and a booming job market, Greater New Orleans is the ultimate destination for your higher education. Your path to the future begins in Greater New Orleans. Find out more at studynola.com.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Intralox, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Intralox technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralox is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit latrim.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com. Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com.
When you think of Fury's restaurant in Metairie, you think about their daily lunch specials like red beans and rice, black-eyed peas, white butter beans, liver and onions. Daily lunch specials. Fury's restaurant in Metairie.
The Woodhouse Day Spa, the premier day spa experience, is now more convenient than ever. Now open, the Woodhouse Day Spa, Metairie location, West Esplanade at Transcontinental. Metairie and Kenner's premier day spa experience is at the Woodhouse Day Spa.
Super discount store in Chalmette.
3235 Paris Road.
The lowest price allowed by Louisiana law on wine, alcohol, and beer.
Worth the drive from anywhere.
If you're throwing a party and need wine, alcohol, and cold beer, super discount store in Chalmette.
Hi, this is Joey Helm. My dad, Bunky Helm, had a vision of a locally family-owned store serving the residential and commercial paint needs of New Orleans. I think Dad would be proud of today's Helm Paint and Decorating, and here's why. We have the best technical staff in the business, providing the best color matching service in Southeast Louisiana. Perfect matching for any color and any brand. And we'll save your color so you don't have to save those old cans. Helm Paint offers free 2-hour delivery. Our in-store decorators will assist you on deciding what color and type of paint to best showcase your home. But most importantly, as your local independent Benjamin Moore dealer, our products provide the greatest value in the paint industry. Superior coverage, and Benjamin Moore paint simply covers better and lasts longer. New Orleans is a city of vibrant color, and no one else provides the paints of New Orleans like Helm Paint and Decorating. Visit any of our 6 locations or online at helmpaint.com.
Helm Paint, let us do you right. Helm Paint and Supply.
Where can you find shish kebab in New Orleans? Lamb, beef, chicken, shrimp, plus all your other Mediterranean favorites. Lebanon's Cafe on the streetcar line. Lunch, dinner, and shish kebab. Lebanon's Cafe.
Why wear the same old glasses that everyone else is wearing? Stand out from the crowd. Come to Art and Eyes. Art and Eyes is not your typical eyeglasses store. It's one of the finest eyewear shops in the country, right here in New Orleans, with precision-engineered prescription lenses and gorgeous high-quality frames from the heart of Europe, Japan, and the United States. Our products are thoughtfully curated, and our staff are here to help you find exactly the right frames. Art and Eyes, a magazine as unique as you.
You're talking about France from which we've come. I mean, listen, we're talking about practice. You're talking about France that has an ambassador living in the city of New Orleans. We're talking about practice. You're talking about France. We're talking about practice. You're talking about France. But we're talking about practice, man. You're talking about France. We're talking about practice. What are we talking about? Talking about France. Practice? France. Well, we're talking about practice right now. You're talking about France that has residents and artists in residence right here in the city of New Orleans, over 4 of them. You're talking about practice. You're talking about France. You're talking about practice. You're talking about France from which we've come. But we're talking about France. It's funny to me too. I mean, it's strange to me too.
Am I Tubbs or am I Crockett? You decide. All I know is I'm driving the Ferrari and the cigarette boat. Am I Tubbs or Crockett? All I know is I've got on a pastel suit. There are flamingos flying around me. It's nighttime on a Friday, and by golly, the Miami streets are hot, hot, hot. Corey Johnson with you. It's our own edition of Miami Vice. We're broadcasting live from South Beach. All right, we're not. We're broadcasting live in New Orleans. It's not Miami Vice. No chicks in bikinis. But there is some good news. It is indeed a Fantasy Friday edition of the program. That gets a Major League, yeah, you right. I said Fantasy Friday edition of the program. That's right, it's Friday, and it's a little bit after 5 o'clock. So for the clear majority of the population, 100% of the work week in the books, 100% of the weekend smack dab in front of you. It's just getting started. I like this little limbo period right now. We put the spotlight on it. We do it by blowing the 5 o'clock whistle. One time is clearly not enough for reasons I really don't know. Hit it again anyway. Oh, yeah. Dar 5 o'clock whistle appropriately brought to you by Super Discount Store in Chalmette. Super Discount Store in Chalmette is the home of the lowest prices allowed by Louisiana law on wine, alcohol, and cold beer, and that includes what you drink. Corey, I drink this Pappy Van Winkle stuff. It's $1,200 a bottle. Corey, I drink this wine that's $120 a bottle, and I'm buying it by the case. You'll get it for the lowest price allowed by Louisiana law at Super Discount Store in Chalmette. The lowest prices allowed by Louisiana law on wine, alcohol, and cold beer. It's not a sale. It's not on select items. It's on everything all the time. And it can only be had at Super Discount Store in Chalmette. The Super D, home of the lowest prices allowed by Louisiana law on wine, alcohol, and cold beer. A little 5 o'clock whistle there. Yeah, you're right. A Fantasy Friday edition of the program. Hey, Michael Hecht's going to join us in about 60 seconds. You can too. Rouse's Markets phone lines are always open. 504-766-9480. 504-766-9480. About 2 hours from now, the Saints will get going in the Dome, the third and final preseason game against the Chargers. Last hour, Fletcher Mackel joined us. I'm telling you, I'm not just saying this. Go to YouTube, check out the program, check out around 5:20 Fletcher Mackel for 10 minutes. We kind of go back and forth for maybe a minute of joking. And in 10 minutes, you'll get everything you need to know about tonight's game, Fridays with Fletch. I love getting this guy on the program each and every week. And this segment's always brought to you by Latrim, the global manufacturing giant that has been hiring continuously, dozens and dozens and dozens of openings all the time on their website. This has been for about the last 15 or 20 years straight. Just insane growth locally, regionally, all around the country, all around the world. It is a born, bred, based New Orleans company. It's an amazing success story. Latrim, since 1949, when J.M. LePere stepped on a shrimp on the dock and invented the shrimp peeling machine. It led to the all-plastic modular conveyor belt, and the rest, I'd say, is history, but this story is not history. It's present day, it's future, and it continues. And I always joke with Michael Hecht about this. He'd be out of a job if we had a dozen or two Latrims in Metro New Orleans. That's what the Austins and Nashvilles of the world have. They probably got about 10, 12, 15 Latrims. How you doing, Michael?
I'm doing great, Corey. And, you know, you're kind of the Latrim of radio hosts. Innovative. You're like a conveyor belt of knowledge. You're not too big. You're kind of a shrimp. And you're kind of a legacy, too.
Wow. The shrimp is supposed to be something endearing and positive, huh? That's the only thing I got of all those comments. You calling me a shrimp. I was going to say, unlike J.M. LePere, I stepped on Buddy D's foot. His toe squirted out, and he said, "Oh, you should get into some radio, but we'll talk about it later. I got to go place a bet."
How's your week, bro?
Good, man. How's yours going, Michael? I'll tell you what fires me up when I see stuff, and the renderings get me really fired up. I just mentioned Austin and Nashville. You catch up to them with a river district. I talked to you about transformational projects. This thing could be one of those transformational projects. The convention center board gave it a green light. This thing's moving forward, right?
Yeah, it's moving forward. I don't know of any political reason or NIMBY reason that it's not going to get done. I think I can say objectively that it's one of the most exciting new neighborhood developments in the country because of the site. The team that's behind it is diverse, high qualified, has exciting ideas. There are a lot of big deal things happening
Probably the two biggest deals are the charity redevelopment and the investment of Tulane downtown, and then the River District getting built. Those are both transformational projects in the correct use of the term.
Michael Hecht with us from Greater New Orleans, Inc. We're talking hundreds of millions of dollars. I mean, when you bring in the hotel and other things, this could be like north of $1 billion.
Oh, yeah. Oh, absolutely. Oh, it'll be $1 billion plus project, no doubt. And it's on high ground, and it's going to be mixed income, mixed use. I think the only question that we kind of want to have and see, and I haven't seen a rendering recently, is what the look feel is going to be like, because the thing about New Orleans, you want to kind of keep pushing the envelope in terms of resilience, in terms of design and all that stuff. But at the same time, you don't want to get too out there. Otherwise, you end up like poor Brad Pitt.
No, you're right. But also we don't have a lot of new stuff that you see in Seattle and Portland and Denver. And, of course, the Houston, Dallas, and Atlanta's for decades, but Austin and Nashville. I see these very modern units in the Bywater, in the Marigny, right up against the sidewalk with little balconies, totally modern, something you'd see in another city, nothing to do with New Orleans. I like seeing that slipped into those neighborhoods and fitting in with the old architecture. I got no problem with that. So
no. I mean, it's the diverse. Let me put it this way. I was talking to Chef Paul, rest in peace, and I said, Chef, why is jambalaya? Why is Cajun food so good? And he explained to me. He said, Michael, it's because in every bite you're going to get all 5 tastes. You're going to get salty, sweet, sour, spicy, and umami. And I think that the architecture of New Orleans, even though it's kind of known for the Victorian stuff and the French Quarter stuff, the reality is that if you go down any street, and most neighborhoods, French Quarter accepted, you're going to see a pretty big diversity.
Yep.
And the thing that makes it work is not the actual design elements, it's the scale. If you get the size and the spacing right, then a very contemporary building can work beautifully in a 200-year-old neighborhood. So, there's a lot that they can do that honors the context, but that is, eye-catching, award-winning, not like that. I mean, look, there's nothing wrong with it, but the Soleil's across the street there.
Yep.
Those are, they're not going to be, you're not going to be writing home about them. They might be nice to live in, but they're generic.
No, they're totally generic. The Soleil may not even be there in 15 or 20 years. No offense.
Again.
No, I remember when the Soleil was built and brought in a cypress table and caught a corner of the outside stucco wall and it ripped through to the chicken wire underneath. I was like, I don't know how, don't get me started on certain things, Michael, like the Soleil.
I know, you have a very poor effective filter, and once it flips.
Well, if I have information or knowledge on it, I'm going to tell you about it. If I don't, I just move on. I mean, I'm not going to make stuff up. I caught the corner of a table, a cypress table, and almost tore down the entire Soleil complex.
like pulling a string on a.
Oh boy, Michael Hecht with us from Greater New Orleans, Inc. You know what I love about this River District plan, also, Michael, and I want to get your take on this. I got to knock out a break. We're going to come right back. I love that it's a 2-part, and you can get on it when we return. This pro sports stadium, this little tiny minor league soccer stadium could be part of it. And then you're getting a minor league soccer team. How cool is that? Talk about that when we return. Michael Hecht with us from Greater New Orleans, Inc.
The city's premier day spa experience is at the Woodhouse Day Spa with 4 area locations: New Orleans, Slidell, Baton Rouge, and Metairie. A day of relaxation is just moments away at the Woodhouse Day Spa. NOLA.woodhousespas.com.
Rouse's, New Orleans grocery store. Rouse's has the only full-service grocery stores both in the French Quarter on Royal Street and in the CBD on Baronne in the old Sewell Cadillac building. The Rouse's on the river, Tchoupitoulas at Napoleon, is in a century-old warehouse. And uptown on Ferret at the corner of Valence is Rouse's all-new boutique store. With 7 locations in Orleans Parish, Rouse's is New Orleans grocery store. Rouse's Markets. Taste like home.
Ford F-150, #1 seller in America. What about in the USA? Let's see, what about in the world? Who sells more trucks than Ford? Nobody. It's because the Lamarck team is the real team. All that makes it happen is one goal. Everybody having a great experience at Lamarck Ford. We became #1 for a reason, because we're good. And we need to prove it every day, every deal, all the time.
Come to Fausto's Italian Bistro. Age-old Italian recipes like the calamari fritti or spaghetti and meatballs. Lunch Monday to Friday, dinner Monday to Saturday. 530 Vets, a block before Dorignax. Fausto's Italian Bistro.
River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. NOLAAC.com, your cool spot. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. NOLAAC.com, your cool spot.
Young's Dry Cleaning, with 2 walk-up locations with personal service. Young's on Claiborne and Young's on Harrison Avenue in Lakeview. Young's Dry Cleaning. Call 288-8381 or online at youngsdrycleaning.com.
For over 30 years, one of the premier security companies in New Orleans and South Louisiana has been Tommy's Lock and Alarms. And right now, Tommy's Lock and Alarms is hiring. Come and work for one of the best security companies in the region with great pay, great benefits, and a take-home vehicle. Tommy's Lock and Alarms is hiring, and they're looking for you. To apply for one of these coveted positions, go online to tommyslockandalarms.com. Tommy's Lock and Alarms.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Intralocks, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Intralocks technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralocks is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit Latrim.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
Custom window treatments can enhance the look and value of your home. At Helm Paint and Decorating, we're proud to offer custom plantation-style window shutters by Scandia. Perfect for any window, including large frames, French doors, sliding doors, and arches. American-made SL300 shutters are available in many colors to match your personal decor. We'll come out to measure, and you'll receive fast delivery. Plus, they're virtually maintenance-free.
Helm Paint and Benjamin Moore. Let us steer you in the right direction.
Helm Paint and Supply.
Trey Yen in Mandeville, a New Orleans tradition for over 40 years, serving the finest Louisiana-inspired Chinese cuisine. Open Tuesday through Sunday. Trey Yen.
Super discount store in Chalmette.
3235 Paris Road.
The lowest price allowed by Louisiana law on wine, alcohol, and beer.
Worth the drive from anywhere.
If you're throwing a party and need wine, alcohol, and cold beer, super discount store in Chalmette.
Yeah, you right. Crescent City and beyond. Corey Johnson with you on a Fantasy Friday edition of the program. Every week on a Friday, Michael Hecht joins us from Greater New Orleans Inc. This segment's always brought to you by Latrim. For a full listing of positions available, go to latrim.com. Michael, I'm fired up about this River District. The Superdome sits on about 53 acres, and that includes the road going around the dome. So this is 39 acres. I mean, about, roughly 80% the footprint of the Superdome. It is a massive footprint. And it could include like a little 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 seat soccer stadium, which would be multi-use and would be maybe like a park or playground, like during the week and, festivals and concerts, something that just fits into the neighborhood kind of lifestyle center concept. Talk about just having a minor league soccer team, another pro sports team in the city, and talk about that being integrated into this River District potentially.
Yeah, well, the soccer team, the USL team, whatever you want to call it, FC NOLA, the name hasn't been decided yet, is another one of those things that allows New Orleans to punch above its weight. If you look at the cities that have a USL team. It's all of the major NFL teams. It's Atlanta, it's LA, and so it puts us again into that echelon with those other cities. Now, then, if you give it a stadium, and I know they're looking at a number of places, but it's one of the places could be there. And I don't know if you've been to the Giants Stadium out in San Francisco, but man, when you're out there in a stadium and you're on the water, it's something special for sports or for events. And so, yeah, that would be kind of a dream scenario to have them out there. It would be lovely. So it's another piece of good news that, goes along with the River District, but it's going to exist whether it's there or whether it's, at the Shrine or whether it's out at, Tad Gormley or out on the lake. Wherever it goes, it's a good deal for the New Orleans region.
Michael, when do you expect ground to be broken and how long? It's in phases, I'm assuming. When's the start? When's the finish kind of thing on this?
Well, they're pushing to get going really quickly, get something going next year. But I think part of it depends, Corey, on where they choose their site, because they could either repurpose an existing stadium, or they could.
No! I meant the River District. I think the team will play it probably like at the Shrine on Airline or something like that for a year or two, and then maybe move in this River District stadium. Ideally, the River District. When will Larcella and company break ground on that, and when's the end date? And I'm assuming it's in phases.
Yeah, you know what? I don't know the answer to that. Let me find it out, and let me tell you next week. I'll text you, but I've got this weird habit I'm trying to shake of not wanting to perjure myself in the media.
No,
I know it's kind of a thing these days, but I'm gonna, I'm still want to kind of get you the right answer. I don't have that.
Yeah, I know this lady. She's like, "Hey, y'all, it's Target. I'm not supposed to say anything, but it's Target. But we're not going to talk about that." I guess we are going to talk about it for a second. Can you comment at all about the Target? And all I'm hoping is it wasn't like a 9-8 vote that they said, let's do it. And then this wrecked it, where they're like, you see, we barely were thinking of going. We decided to barely go to New Orleans. And now this mayor's mouthing off before we've agreed to mouth off about it. You know anything or can comment about Target, or it's better just leave Target alone?
Yeah, that one, to be honest, Corey, I actually don't know the background on that. I do know that on Bayou Phoenix, which is another New Orleans East project, that one has been going forward. There's been some scuttlebutt about it, but it's all been kind of pretty typical stuff. I don't think there are any major issues with the Bayou Phoenix project right now. The Target one, I don't know the backstory to that, but boy, it'd be great to get something into that big box of Lowe's that's out there.
Could you imagine the Target going in there, and if that could anchor a lifestyle center? That was talked about after Katrina for the old Plaza site. Yeah. That would be such a great thing for New Orleans East, kind of like what they're doing at the River, something like that, a live, work, play. Perkins Row in Baton Rouge, Atlantic Station in Atlanta, something, like that.
Yeah, no doubt. And I think we'll get it going out there. You got so much traffic out there, and if you don't have something out there, you're going over to Metairie or over to Slidell. It's a little bit of it's kind of a desert relative to the car traffic you get going through there. So I think that stuff will happen. It's just it's kind of hard to explain why it's taken so long.
No, a lot of those folks hit Chalmette too. No, I don't think it's that hard to explain, Mike. And I'm going to move on, but it's this. No, I'm serious. It is not enough income out there. There's 80,000 folks that are lower middle class that make under the median income for a family of 4, and there's just simply put, there's not enough disposable income in the East. People aren't avoiding the East because, hey, there's money to be had. We just don't want to go out there because it's black or Vietnamese or it's way out there or whatever. That's all excuses and nonsense. It is a lack of leadership politically, and I think it is just something that, can't be overlooked. There's a lack of disposable income. Hey, you mentioned the Tulane charity thing. That's hundreds of millions of dollars, getting the old Art Deco building back into play. And it makes a lot of sense. I didn't like the city government angle. It was sort of banging a square peg in a round hole. It's already part of Tulane's medical footprint. It's really an excellent thing, and it's going to be a lot more than just Tulane, right?
No, it's going to take an area that's kind of an urban blind spot is the best way to describe it, kind of gray. You just go around it. And it's going to inject it with people, with companies, with academic, institutions. It's a really big deal. And if you look at what's happened with like ASU and downtown Phoenix, or with like Penn and downtown Philadelphia, or with Carnegie Mellon and downtown Pittsburgh, this is a great way to reinvigorate a downtown. So, I think it's hard for people to appreciate it until it happens. But it's going to take an incredibly well-situated part of the city that's just kind of dead right now, of course, particularly since Katrina, and maybe make it some of the most active and valuable real estate in the city. It's between that and the Dome renovation and the River District and what's going on down with the casino and the Four Seasons. Really, the only thing that's kind of missing in all this, Corey, if we're being honest, is the revitalization of the French Quarter itself. And that's something we gotta talk about. I mean, I think it's wonderful that the convention center is going to put $500 million in. The convention center needs it. It hasn't been really redone since the 80s, and they did a good job with the street.
Yep.
But what is the one place that every single visitor to New Orleans goes to, and where's the money going in to fumigating that?
Well, no. And it all starts too with reimagining Bourbon Street, because that is a toilet. There's a reason locals don't want to go near it, because it sucks. And there's no reason for that. We can change it. We can make it in that whatever we want. It's our city. There are no rules. There is no, that's how it is. That attitude needs to change. A positive about Bourbon Street, Gail Benson just bought Chris Owen's old building. So she's not going to turn that into a strip joint or a daiquiri shop or a trinket store. It ain't going to be big ass beer coming out of that,
It is both surprising and wonderful that she did that. Let's just leave it at that. I really, they're going to do it right. They're going to do it classy.
Yep.
And it is, what I appreciated is that it's a way to start reclaiming the French Quarter. Let's not complain about it. Let's not kvetch. Let's just go and do it. And that's what she's doing. So hats off to Mrs. Benson for that. I don't know what the use is going to be yet, but I think she wants to honor what it's been before. But yeah, I don't think it will be a burlesque joint.
The French Quarter is the single greatest neighborhood in America. It
arguably is.
It's a European masterpiece. There's 4,000 residents. It's real. It's not Disneyland. I have to remind those ghost tour folks when I'm driving through there of that, and I do. It's incredible, Michael, and it all starts with reimagining Bourbon Street, and that could vault Royal Street to a higher level than it already is, and just the momentum. So many great streets and so much neglect. You get your boy Meehan and that Habana Outpost on Esplanade.
That's happening.
Yeah, that's going. And then we get something going in the old Hard Rock spot, the entrance corners to the quarter. We clean up Bourbon Street. No, sky's the limit, man. It's just, and then these linear parks, it's sitting there waiting for us. Hey, Michael, Viking Cruises, we talked about that a little bit. What a beautiful ship they've built, huh?
That is a ship that was built by, it was either Bollinger or Schwest. It's locally built. It's Italian interiors. Corey, we announced Viking River Cruises coming here in 2014 with Governor Bobby Jindal. I visited the CEO of Viking River Cruises at his townhouse in Oslo, Norway, as part of the wooing. He is the wealthiest man in Scandinavia. And it was... this was a process. It involved Jones Act. It involved COVID. But, we got it done. And being able to take that type of product all the way up to St. Paul, Minneapolis, what a wonderful and interesting type of cruise vacation to take. And
it is.
Nothing wrong with going to Cozumel. But this is a whole nother take. And I think it's fabulous. It's super high end. It ties in with what's going on with the Four Seasons. It ties in with British Airways.
Yep.
It's the type of tourist that we really want to attract.
No, because I can be a jerk. The Cozumel is the Holiday Inn cruise, and this is the Four Seasons cruise. So everybody,
I like that cruise.
There's all kind of socioeconomic levels. I'm not. I'd be being a snob if I were rich or wealthy saying it. I'm the guy that probably can afford the Holiday Inn cruise better than the Viking one. But I would go on the Viking one and not the Holiday Inn one. I would just rather go on one Viking than 10 Holiday Inn. But hey, to each his own. I'm glad they all exist. I want Saks Fifth Avenue, and I want the Crystal Burger. So whatever.
Well, yeah, just don't go there at 2 a.m. Bad things happen at Crystal Burger at 2 a.m.
Yeah.
So what I want to recommend on the Cozumel cruise is snuba. For those that haven't done it, it's this kind of snorkeling scuba with a tank. It's a real guy. Let me just put a word in for snuba, okay? Snoobling.
Wow.
Yep.
We may have to save that for next week. Hey, any news at the airport in the old terminal, or nothing to report yet?
Well, nothing new. The biggest thing with the new terminal is that they're going to build a new access road to get from the old terminal to the new terminal. That is laying the right of way for what will eventually be a people mover, some type of light rail system. And that's all in anticipation of the long term, which is, we've talked about this, we're going to end up with a split terminal. And so they're going to have to make sure you can get back and forth from the two terminals, in a reasonable way.
No, I like that. That's like growth, like a real city. Wow, New Orleans has two terminals. That's not a negative. That's a positive. The mothballed D terminal is beautiful and gorgeous, or the D concourse, I should say.
Yeah, no, it was built in the 90s. It's in great shape.
It's better than 50% of this country's airports, Michael.
Oh, I was in Logan, this past weekend. You got that right, So, so the airport's doing great, and and I'll leave you with this: the NOLA Coalition has now grown to about 400 members. We continue to make progress on both planks: the support for the police, and then on the investment in youth services. IMTT donated $1 million this week, which is historic. And as a movement of the people, it continues to grow and have momentum.
And this thing is going to morph into more than just this initial crime element that you guys threw out there, the youth and the crime. That's kind of the first chapter of what hopefully
I think, I think best case, Corey, it ends up probably spinning off and evolving into an organization that is a movement of the people, that is nonpartisan, inclusive, that plays between the 40-yard lines, that takes on issues like infrastructure and childhood education and mental health. Those things where most reasonable people agree and just want to create a movement to get things done. And I don't, a movement that can't be pigeonholed, that can't be divided. And
and can't be ignored. And politicians that would get upset going, that's why we're elected. Yeah, and historically in New Orleans and Louisiana, you haven't done your job. You're still the elected people. You still make the call. There's just this focused, pinpoint, direct entity that comes up with these, things that they want to get accomplished that are definitive, that are easy to see and define. And it's sticking it in the politician's face, Michael, and saying the people demand this, and it comes from this gumbo coalition, and they're all on the same page. It forces the politician's hand to do the commonsensical stuff that they should be doing automatically.
Well, or framing it more positively, it gives them cover to do what folks want. I mean, it's not a negative thing. It's not meant to necessarily be aggressive or antagonistic. It's basically saying, here's what the majority of folks really would like to get done. How do we get it done together? And so in that sense, it's really something to be used as a tool for action by everybody.
Hey, Michael, before we let you go, one final thought. Help us out on this. What's this latest news about wind energy in the Gulf and off of Lake Charles, and maybe some folks concerned in Texas, and people sort of, kind of torn in Louisiana? What's going on with the latest with wind energy in this maybe off of Lake Charles first start for Louisiana?
Yeah, so there's three things with wind energy. One is us building wind farms for the rest of the country. That's going great. We've already done it for Rhode Island. That's not controversial at all. The second is us using wind energy to create green hydrogen to drive our industrial corridor. that is something that is going to happen. People aren't focusing on it because they really don't understand it, but we're the most intensive users of hydrogen in the country. And if we make it clean, we can reduce emissions by about 70%. We are hoping to win a grant from the government to help develop that sector in green hydrogen. The one that people are focusing on is wind farms in the Gulf of Mexico. We're ranked number 4 in the country for offshore wind potential because we have a shallow shelf that allows you to more inexpensively put wind installations. The first leases are going out. The reality of it is that the folks in Texas are kind of wishy-washy on it, basically because the governor is not really supportive of it. And that's creating some political headwinds out there.
Good.
In Louisiana, everybody, Democrat and Republican, are in favor of the offshore wind industry because they see it as an extension of the offshore oil and gas industry.
Excellent.
All the same skills, right? And so, generally, it's very supportive. I mean, I saw something recently that says, the shrimpers are concerned about how it's going to impact them. I have seen no evidence that, if anything, if you put these installations in the right places, they actually create more fishing opportunities.
Exactly. It's going to be an artificial reef. They're going to be fishing around all of these wind farms like they do the oil rigs right now. Spear fish and all that.
Of these things, but folks are. So I think that Louisiana will be an energy state, and the energy will include fossil fuels. It will also include offshore wind.
Wouldn't it be nice for Louisiana to have its what together on this and Texas not for a change?
That's where we are right now. So we got first mover advantage, so we got to run with it.
Yeah, we got to run with it. Michael Hecht, always a pleasure, brother. Thank you so much.
Have a great weekend, Corey. Appreciate you.
You too. That's Michael Hecht from Greater New Orleans Inc. joining us live on the program. Every Friday he joins us. It's always brought to you by Latrim, the global manufacturing giant. Corey Johnson with you on a Fantasy Friday edition of the program. Hey, you tooling across the causeway right now, heading home on a Friday? Why don't you pick up a massive order of Trey Yen to go? Curbside delivery. You pull right up, they walk it right out to your car. Mom, dad, the kids, Saints game, get the weekend going right. Don't forget the tongue cho sauce, and you can heat up the leftovers tomorrow. What a smart move. The phone number at Trey Yen is 985-626-4476. 985-626-4476. Call in a big to-go order at Trey Yen in Mandeville right now and take advantage of curbside delivery. I love that. That curbside delivery is incredible. It is a Fantasy Friday edition of the program. We're on the radio, oh so fine, 93.9 FM. We are on television. We're on YouTube right now. You can check us out live on YouTube and after the fact. Click to subscribe to our YouTube channel. It don't cost nothing. Hey, over the weekend, you thinking about painting? Helm Paint and Decorating, 7 locations in Metro New Orleans, free 2-hour delivery of that high-quality Benjamin Moore paint. Yeah, do it once, do it right. Never, ever paint your house again. They've got Benjamin Moore paint with a 25-year warranty. You're never going to paint again. And they've got a few lines of Benjamin Moore paint with a lifetime warranty. Literally, you'll never paint again. It's simple. New Orleanians that know when it's time to paint, you go to Helm Paint and Decorating.
You're talking about France, from which we've come.
I mean, listen, we're talking about practice.
You're talking about France that has an ambassador living in the city of New Orleans.
We're talking about practice.
You're talking about France.
We're talking about practice.
You're talking about France.
But we're talking about practice, man.
You're talking about France.
And we're talking about practice. What are we talking about?
Talking about France.
Practice?
France.
Well, we're talking about practice right now.
You're talking about France that has residents and artists in residence right here in the city of New Orleans, over 4 of them.
We're talking about practice.
You're talking about France.
We're talking about practice.
You're talking about France, from which we've come.
But we're talking about
France.
It's funny to me too. I mean, it's strange to me too.
If you love Katie's Restaurant in Mid-City, you're going to love Bienvenue in Harahan. The same folks bringing a little of that New Orleans flavor to Hickory Avenue. If you love Katie's, come to Bienvenue on Hickory Avenue in Harahan. Greater New Orleans, a destination for learning. With 13 colleges and universities and a booming job market, Greater New Orleans is the ultimate destination for your higher education. Your path to the future begins in Greater New Orleans. Find out more at studynola.com.
River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. NOLAAC.com, your cool spot. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. NOLAAC.com, your cool spot.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Intralocks, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Intralocks technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralocks is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit Latrim.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
Rouse's, New Orleans grocery store. Rouse's has the only full-service grocery stores both in the French Quarter on Royal Street and in the CBD on Baronne in the old Sewell Cadillac building. The Rouse's on the river, Tchoupitoulas at Napoleon, is in a century-old warehouse. And uptown on Ferret at the corner of Valence is Rouse's all-new boutique store. With 7 locations in Orleans Parish, Rouse's is New Orleans grocery store. Rouse's Markets. Taste like home.
Why wear the same old glasses that everyone else is wearing? Stand out from the crowd. Come to Art and Eyes. Art and Eyes is not your typical eyeglasses store. It's one of the finest eyewear shops in the country, right here in New Orleans, with precision-engineered prescription lenses and gorgeous high-quality frames from the heart of Europe, Japan, and the United States. Our products are thoughtfully curated, and our staff are here to help you find exactly the right frames. Art and Eyes, a magazine as unique as you.
When you think of Fury's restaurant in Metairie, you think about the freshest local seafood anywhere. Shrimp, oysters, speckled trout, flounder, snapper, soft shells, crawfish. Fury's restaurant in Metairie.
The Lamarck Automotive Collision Center, it's open now. We fix cars and trucks. We do all makes and models. And it doesn't have to be a Ford or a Lincoln. It could be whatever you're driving. 32,000 square feet under roof, now open at 3101 Williams Boulevard. It's all about you, the customer, getting the most for your dollar. I would say the most perfect collision center anyway. The Lamarck Automotive Collision Center, 3101 Williams Boulevard. Go check it out.
The city's premier day spa experience is at the Woodhouse Day Spa with 4 area locations: New Orleans, Slidell, Baton Rouge, and Metairie. A day of relaxation is just moments away at the Woodhouse Day Spa. NOLA.woodhousespas.com.
At Home Paint and Decorating, our paints are in it for the long haul. In fact, our Top Benchmark exterior paints come with a lifetime warranty. Not 25 years, not 50 years, we mean forever. You heard right. At Helm Paint, our top exterior paints have a lifetime warranty against chipping, peeling, and flaking. They also are mildew resistant. Imagine painting your home one time and being done with it. Visit any one of our locations today and make that once-in-a-lifetime purchase. Paint that has a lifetime warranty. Helm Paint and Benjamin Moore. Let us steer you in the right direction.
Find decadent dining deals as part of Culinary New Orleans, August 1st through 31st. Treat yourself to prix-fixe meals, $25 or less for lunch and $45 or less for dinner and brunch. Visit culinaryneworleans.com and make your reservation today.
Young's Dry Cleaning has free pickup and delivery. That's right. Young's Dry Cleaning has absolutely free pickup and delivery. Home or office, East Bank or West Bank. Call Young's at 288-8381 or online at youngsdrycleaning.com.
Hey, still got time before the Saints game to hit that Rouse's Market. How far is it from where you are? 5 minutes, 8 minutes at most, huh? There's a Rouse's Market in your neighborhood or near your neighborhood. The ride home from work, you might pass 2 or 3 Rouse's, maybe more. There are over 60 Rouse's Markets. There are over 20 in Metro New Orleans. About a third of all Rouse's are in Metro New Orleans. In your neighborhood, right next door to your neighborhood. Plenty of time before tonight's kickoff. Best quality, best price, best selection. They've got exactly what you want. Rouse's Markets truly tastes like home. Corey Johnson with you. A Fantasy Friday edition of the program. An official recall petition has been filed in Baton Rouge with the Secretary of State's office to recall Mayor LaToya, the Destroyer, Cantrell. If 20% of registered Orleans voters sign the petition within 6 months, 180 days, Governor John Bel Edwards would call a special election where LaToya the Destroyer would obviously be in it with any other newcomers that would qualify. And there would be another election for the remaining time of LaToya the Destroyer's term. I think it's a absurd long shot. I think better effort and time is to focus on who the potential next mayor could be. J.P. Morrell, Oliver Thomas, Helena Moreno, unknown candidate to yet emerge. Do you want to continue the path we've been down in New Orleans and Louisiana historically for years and decades, electing jokers, electing clowns, Republicans and Democrats? I mean, Bobby Jindal was an 8-year debacle. He's a hardcore right-wing trickle-down Republican. He didn't know what he was doing. If you're a conservative or Republican, you don't hook your wagon to Bobby Jindal. You're embarrassed by Bobby Jindal. Jeff Landry, there's lots of Republican clowns. And then Democrat clowns, my God, it's an endless list. It's an endless list from Edwin Edwards to Bill Jefferson to Mark Morial, C. Ray Nagin, Aaron Broussard, John Alario, the Heitmeyer brothers. I mean, we can go on and on and on. It's endless. And then black and white, if you want to break it down in that category. Using race, us against them, just divisive politics. It's nauseating. No, we've got to do better when we elect folks. We can't get, fooled into thinking these regular folks that we've known for years are going to be something new and different and revolutionary. I mean, sorry, Avondale, folks, there, John Alario reelected year in, year out. That's why you got what you got. That's why you could argue crime is higher than when he first got elected. Their home values have gone down from what they should be. The roads are worse. The schools are worse. I mean, you go on and on. It's crazy. No, we've got to make sure the next mayor in New Orleans is highly intelligent, not just average like this mayor. Need someone special, not someone painfully average. Folks don't want to go, LaToya Cantrell's stupid. I mean, that's where you start, just stick to the facts, stick to reality. She's not stupid. She's just nothing special. She's painfully average. She's not a change agent, a difference maker. She's not someone that folks are going, wow, look at this. And she's no one that's coming up with ideas or surrounding herself with people that are going to shift the direction of New Orleans the opposite way, where we actually are competing with like the Nashvilles and Charlottes and Austins of the world. I mention this all the time. In 1950, we were bigger than Metro Dallas. In 1960, we were bigger than Metro Houston. In 1970, New Orleans was bigger than Metro Atlanta. In 1980, it was Charlotte. In 1990, it was Nashville. In 2000, it was Austin. 2010's like Birmingham, Alabama. Birmingham, Alabama Metro is about 80,000 folks less than the Metro New Orleans area. Birmingham, Alabama. Places like Norfolk, Tidewater, Virginia, their metro area is larger than New Orleans now. There's just something wrong with that. We have, no growth, stagnant, because we keep electing these fools because they're black or white or Republican or Democrat, and they're not difference makers. How does LaToya Cantrell get elected to a second term? Was anyone paying attention? We got to do a better job of paying attention, not focus on what we hope could happen with this person, what we want to happen with this person, but what we know will happen with that person we elect. And anyone that had some expectations that New Orleans was going to compete, that New Orleans was going to go from a 4-12 team to a 12-4 team, and I'm talking as a city, not the Saints. With this mayor, you were delusional. We need the Drew Brees, Sean Payton difference makers. Corey Johnson with you on a Friday edition of the program. Man, if you've missed the program so far, you missed a lot. Fridays with Fletch. Fletcher Mackel joined us around 4:20. You Saints fans, he sums it up in about 8 minutes. Everything you need to know about the game. You can check out what he had to say on YouTube, Anchor, iTunes, Spotify. Michael Hecht joined us to start this hour. Talked about a bunch of stuff. The River District neighborhood on the river, Viking Cruises, the airport, wind energy in the Gulf, Tulane and Charity Hospital, all kind of stuff. A lot of stuff with Michael Hecht. Even hooked up with Jeff Dorson, Humane Society. Some idiot torturing a dog. Two things. Jeff and the Humane Society need money to rehab this dog. HumaneLA.org to find out more and to donate. And the Humane Society also is proactively trying to get the abuser of the dog criminally prosecuted, arrested, because the Louisiana SPCA dropped the ball on that, which isn't shocking. No, this when folks are, abusive to animals, humans are next. Oh, that Joe, he's a great guy. He's happy-go-lucky Joe, but he kills cats and dogs. But he's great with people and kids. It just doesn't work that way. You kill cats and dogs, you're probably not good with kids or people. You're sick. There's something wrong with you if you get off on torturing animals. Something wrong with you. HumaneLA.org to donate. No, we had a lot going on today on the program. Hey, tonight for dinner, how about Fausto's Italian Bistro on Vets? Some of the city's best Sicilian and Italian. Who doesn't love chicken, veal, fish? Who doesn't love New Orleans-inspired Sicilian and Italian? Fausto's Italian Bistro on Vets. They've been there over 30 years for a reason. I know, over 30 years for a reason. It's that good. Wonderful, authentic Sicilian and Italian. They're rolling till 10 p.m. tonight. You can even check out the Saints on the TV at the bar. Tonight for dinner, Fausto's Italian Bistro on Vets.
For home surveillance, it's Tommy's Lock and Alarms. With high-definition night vision surveillance systems, letting you see what's going on. Home surveillance that's smart, safe, secure. Tommy's Lock and Alarms. Google them.
Super discount store in Chalmette.
3235 Paris Road.
The lowest price allowed by Louisiana law on wine, alcohol, and beer.
Worth the drive from anywhere.
If you're throwing a party and need wine, alcohol, and cold beer, super discount store in Chalmette.
River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. NOLAAC.com, your cool spot. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. NOLAAC.com, your cool spot.
Scott Craig of Katie's Restaurant.
All of my ingredients are fresh. Nothing comes out of a can here. Nothing. All of our seafood is Louisiana. All of our vegetables are Louisiana vegetables. It's a neighborhood restaurant.
Katie's in Mid-City.
The city's premier day spa experience is at the Woodhouse Day Spa with 4 area locations: New Orleans, Slidell, Baton Rouge, and Metairie. A day of relaxation is just moments away at the Woodhouse Day Spa. NOLA.woodhousespas.com.
Greater New Orleans, a destination for learning. With 13 colleges and universities and a booming job market, Greater New Orleans is the ultimate destination for your higher education. Your path to the future begins in Greater New Orleans. Find out more at studynola.com.
Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com. Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com.
Find decadent dining deals as part of Culinary New Orleans, August 1st through 31st. Treat yourself to prix meals, $25 or less for lunch and $45 or less for dinner and brunch. Visit culinaryneworleans.com and make your reservation today.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Intralocks, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Intralocks technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralocks is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit latrim.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
Which Metro New Orleans area restaurant made CNN's top 50 in America and ThrillList.com's top 25 and has served presidents at the White House for over 40 years? Trey Yen in Mandeville.
1970 was an exciting time in New Orleans. The first Jazz Fest was held, the city hosted its first Super Bowl, and the first Helm Paint location opened on Earhart Boulevard. While the floppy disks, mood rings, and pet rocks may have come and gone since the 70s, Helm Paint has grown to become your premier source for quality Benjamin Moore products, competitive pricing, and personal service. Please visit one of our locations today and we'll meet our competitors' prices on any identical product. Helm Paint and Benjamin Moore, let us steer you in the right direction.
Helm Paint and Supply.
Rouse's, New Orleans grocery store. Rouse's has the only full-service grocery stores both in the French Quarter on Royal Street and in the CBD on Baronne in the old Sewell Cadillac building. The Rouse's on the river, Tchoupitoulas at Napoleon, is in a century-old warehouse. And uptown on Ferret at the corner of Valence is Rouse's all-new boutique store. With 7 locations in Orleans Parish, Rouse's is New Orleans grocery store. Rouse's Markets. Taste like home.
Yeah, you right. Fantasy Friday edition of the program. Corey Johnson with you. Thanks so much for joining us. Oh, so fine. 93.9 FM. We are on YouTube the last few months. You can check out the program every day live on YouTube, 4 to 6, audio, video, pretty cool. Just go to YouTube, search bar, put in Corey Johnson Neutral Ground, or go to our website, CoreyTalks.com. Live link up. You can hook right up. A little link to YouTube, our YouTube channel. Click to subscribe on our YouTube channel. Spread the word. Get your friends and family to check us out on YouTube and click to subscribe. It doesn't cost a thing. Click to subscribe. Check us out on YouTube. Spread the word about the Neutral Ground with me every weekday. Live on YouTube. And after the fact, too, you can check out the program after the fact. Like maybe you want to see what Brandy Christian from the Port of New Orleans had to say earlier in the week when she joined us on the program. Or maybe Madison Bergeron, one of the carjack victims who joined us on the program. You can check out after the fact podcast, essentially. YouTube, Anchor, iTunes, Spotify. Lots of ways to check out the program. It is the world champion. He's famous. He's known around the globe. It's Blue Boy on a Friday. Where are you, buddy? Blue Boy. Uh-oh. Blue Boy's sleeping. He's not even moving. He's just resting. He's rolling over. Oh, buddy, you're not going to remind me about 93.9 FM New Orleans Legal ID and tell everybody to have a great weekend. See you Monday. Blue Boy, wake up.